Shield Therapeutics is an AIM-listed pharmaceutical company which is primarily focused on commercialising its drug Feraccru, which has been approved by the EMA for the treatment of iron deficiency with or without anaemia, and is currently under review by the US FDA, who will make a decision on its approval on or before the 27th of July. Now, this decision represents a significant near-term inflection for the company, as it presents the last major regulatory hurdle for the drug. Shield is commercialising Feraccru through out-licensing to external partners, but will continue to generate revenue through royalties on sales and milestone payments relating to sales. We believe its cash position funds operations into the second half of 2020, and an upfront fee from out-licensing the US rights could alleviate the need to raise additional capital as we forecast sustainable profitability from 2022, with margins nearing 50 to 60% in the long term. Iron deficiency anemia is a significant problem globally. A recent global burden of disease study estimated prevalence in around 1.5 billion people. Now, although this is largely weighted to countries where chronic malnutrition is an issue, it's poorly controlled in developed countries as diet is often not the underlying cause. Feraccru is an orally administered iron that, unlike widely prescribed salt-based irons, doesn't cause the same gastrointestinal side effects that lead to high patient discontinuation rates. The current mainstay for these patients who are intolerant of these salt-based oral irons is to progress onto IV iron formulations. However, this requires hospital admission and that carries a higher cost to healthcare providers. Now, Feraccru has been positioned as an alternative to these IV irons. Shield recently announced top-line data from a phase 3 head-to-head study that demonstrated non-inferiority to the market-leading IV iron Ferinject, which achieved in-market sales last year of around $900 million. Now, this has really solidified Feraccru's position as an efficacious way of managing iron deficiency anemia, and has complemented the two previous phase 3 studies, which has shown the breadth of patients that can benefit, as well as the placebo-like safety profile. Following cost reductions enacted in 2018, Shield is now no longer directly marketing or selling the drug, but will be commercialising it through out-licensing to external partners, which we believe de-risk the investment case and could enhance economic returns. In September 2018, Shield out-licensed the rights in key European markets to a private Dutch company, Norgine, and active marketing of the drug has now reinitiated in the UK and Germany, and we believe additional launches in other European markets will occur during 2020. Shield will continue to participate in sales through tiered royalties ranging from 25 to 40% and milestone payments of up to €54.5 million. Should Feraccru be approved by the US FDA, we anticipate that Shield will out-license the US rights in the next 12 to 18 months for an upfront fee, tiered royalties and milestones related to sales. We believe that that partner will then launch in the US in 2020 also. Our fair valuation of Shield at 152 pence per share is based on a risk-adjusted NPV, where we consider the commercial opportunity for the drug in key markets of the EU5 states and the US. We have been conservative in our sales projections for the drug, forecasting that it can achieve peak sales of around 130 million euros in Europe and around $250 million in the US. With iron deficiency anemia presenting such a significant opportunity, we believe that Feraccru could exceed our sales expectations, particularly if it's awarded a broader label in the US, similar to that of its European label. However, sales execution is key to this, and this is reliant on finding the right commercial partners. Now, we believe that Norgine does have the right resources at its disposal to really be able to drive sales growth in Europe. However, we have remained cautious in our forecasts at this point until we start to see how quickly sales ramp up and also hear outcomes from pricing and reimbursement negotiations as it launches the drug in new European markets. The key near-term risk for Shield is the up-and-coming decision from the US FDA on the approval of Feraccru. However, should this be approved, we believe that the remaining regulatory risk will be minimal. Another key sensitivity is the ability for Shield to maintain and defend its IP, given that Teva Pharmaceuticals have filed objections against 2 of its patents for the drug. One of these is an alternative process for manufacturing the API, And the other, which we believe is of key importance, is a patent that protects the composition of matter and provides Shield with exclusivity in key markets of Europe and the US out until 2035. Failure to defend this patent represents about 40% downside to our base case valuation.